with their math. Well, I can't figure this out. I hated math anyways. That's probably not a good way to start their math career.
No, no.
And so, what other suggestion might you have right before we go to break for a parent? What could they do to encourage their child?
Work with them if they have any kind of problems, or encourage them to seek out help. Tutorials at school, every level. From elementary school, middle school, high school, they all have tutorials available for the kids, and just encourage them to go in there and ask the teachers the questions they want to know.
Well, that is fantastic. Well, folks, this has been brought to you by attorney Sharon Ramage. We all have hopes and dreams for our children. If your child has special needs, then you know how important special education is for your child. If you're struggling getting help, contact special education attorney Sharon Ramage at specialedhelp@ramagelawfirm.com or go to texasspecialeducationattorney.com. Let Sharon Ramage ensure your child's success. We are talking with our teacher of the week, Randall Curry, a math teacher from Plano Senior High. You are listening to 620 AM KEXB. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was really good.
What kind of activities can a parent do with a child that's not directly math related, but would integrate math into their day-to-day operation without them knowing they're really doing math? That would be the question I want to ask you next. So for me, it was like when I go to the grocery store with my mom, we would do math. If I've got 3 apples and 2 oranges, how much fruit do I have? Or how much does this cost? If it's $1 an orange, how much do I have to pay for these 3 oranges? Well, it's $3. Oh, okay. So stuff like that. Or, if you were driving on a road trip, right? We would count beetles, or which were Volkswagen bugs, or we would count cows. On the way, we have to keep track of brown cows, black cows, whatever.
Or nonchalantly work in math.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I would think that would be a
If you're
good.
doing math and you're
Well,
all
this
doing
time of year, it's when you start talking about, this rack is 30% off, and that's taking advantage of the sales and so forth. I guess that would be one way to
So let's do that. Let's use that one then.
Yeah.
And any other things you can think of with the small ones, the small kids,
No, okay.
on how to integrate math into their life, and then I want us to read a couple letters
Okay.
and how you've been able to touch students' lives.
I know one
I've got
thing.
one here on top that I like. So
That's way good.
I know one thing my mom used to do when I was in school, and still does it with my brother and sister, to get involved to try to learn math. Because she's one of the smartest people I've ever met. But when it comes to math, she's like, I don't understand this. Like, I wish I could go to school with you and learn this so I could teach you at home. So she would actually go to our open houses when we were in high school. And she would sit down with the teacher and be like, teach me this so that I can help her with her homework. Because I feel stupid not being able to help her with high school math.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because she wants us to come in at 10:30 or 11.
and at first I was embarrassed. I was like, oh God, please
I
don't.
can't.
Please don't.
I
But
think
now I
forgets
really
it.
she did it for you, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, if they pay us, we could do it.
Right.
Yeah. I'm for that.
So which one do you want to throw in there? Which show do you want to throw in there? You want to do the Sam Johnson one?
Sam Johnson would be good.
So let's do that.
Remember
We're still
we've
figuring
got,
out.
New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, unless you're coming in New Year's Eve. I won't be here.
New Year's Eve I'm coming in.
Okay.
New Year's Day I'm not coming in.
Sam Johnson, Joshua would be another good
Those
one.
are the 2 we can pick.
Your weight loss thing. throw
No, we
that-
did that one right for
Did we do
Thanksgiving,
that?
for Friday. So let's do
Okay.
Sam Johnson and Josh's.
Okay.
For Christmas Day.
Yeah,
and
and New Year's Day. We'll do those shows. Do you want to email Robin and let her know that?
Sure.
Okay.
So we
Man,
can-
Tristan looks all grown up. I can't believe how big he is. I saw a picture Kumi had posted of him in soccer, I think. In
Yeah,
soccer uniform.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, he just turned 11, so
He's got a great family. I love his family. That is so cool. Are you guys going to Japan at all this year?
well, Kumi went just a few months ago
Oh, did you?
to spend some time over there. So she actually had a business trip and then just stayed there for a while and hung out. So I don't know if we're gonna go this year, but
What do you plan on doing over Christmas? All right, here we go.
oh,
Hey, Randall. I'm also going to ask you, what would be one big suggestion you can make to other math teachers
Oh, okay.
to help them connect?
Oh, okay.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Dr. B, it is a fantastic morning, and we've got a little electric guitar Christmas going on over here.
I mean, you know, it doesn't get much better than that,
Boy.
except under the Christmas tree.
Under the
playing.
Christmas tree,
There
I'll tell you
go.
what. Well, good morning, Dallas Fort Worth. This is On Point with JP and Dr. B, and we are talking with our teacher of the week. That is Randall Curry. He is a math teacher at Plano Senior High School, and I'll tell you what, folks, if anybody can help your kiddo get connected to math, it is definitely Randall Curry. This guy is amazing with his approach and how he's able to work with kids and how he's able to make kids feel comfortable with mathematics. And I have personal experience with this. You know, I wish I had him to tutor me in math, but I've had students that have come through the court that have had him as a teacher, and it'll be the only class they're passing. They could be failing almost all their other classes, but Algebra 2, they're passing with Randall Curry, and I'll ask them, you know, why are you passing Algebra 2, but you can't pass English, you know, English 3? Well, but Mr. Curry knows what I'm thinking. He understands me. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So welcome back to the show, Randall Curry. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, Randall, what would you suggest to parents in being able to integrate real life into mathematics without the kids even knowing they're doing it?
Well, first of all, there's mathematics everywhere in everything you do, and you know, just a little bit of knowledge that you have about math you can pass on to your kids. This time of year, everyone's out Christmas shopping and stuff and looking for the best deals, and everyone's drawn to those racks that are, you know, 50% off. What a great opportunity to be with your kids. It's like, well, this is 50% off. You can teach about percent. You can teach about multiplication or division or addition and subtraction just with that item on the sale rack. You know, it's $14.99. That's about $15. Oh, there's estimation, by the way, round to the nearest whole dollar. And oh, it's 50% off. Oh, $15. If you cut that in half, what is it? Oh, $7.50. So look how many mathematical concepts that you've already discussed with your kids just trying to get the Star Wars T-shirt for Junior.
And is this something that you did with your own kids when they're growing up? I'm not sure how old your children are right now, so.
Well, they span the range. I've got elementary school through college, so I don't really do that much with my college girl anymore. But with my elementary school boy, I do. So you know, we're constantly doing that kind of stuff. So
Of course, with your college students, about, you know, tuition and books.
yeah. I still think she's oblivious to that. You know,
Probably
it's,
so.
It's paid for, so you know, I don't have to worry about it.
Well, of course,
where
that's
she is.
that's always a good thing. What
Yeah.
would be a tip you could give math teachers who might be struggling right now, maybe a new math teacher or maybe a teacher that's been there for a while and just seems to maybe not be in touch as much as they used to be with the student body? What one big suggestion could you make to a teacher that might help them connect with their math students?
Well, I think it's very important to be positive all the time. I mean, when we wake up in the morning, we always get a choice. You know, we can we can decide that we're going to be positive, or we can decide we're going to be negative. And frankly, I always think life's way too short to be negative. So just be positive all the time. That smile, that happy face, you know, that open face. The student comes in your room, you're like, hey, how's it going? Hey, are those new shoes? When did you get those? I've never seen those before. Any way that you can connect with a student is great. I mean, you know, students are people, and you know, you develop relationships with people, and you know, things are always better because of that.
Wow, I mean, what a great concept. Personability.
Yeah.
When
Great.
we've become an era of digitalness, you know, let's be personable.
Absolutely.
One of the things I pick up, Randall, is that you like your students, you know, and that it means a lot, because I've met teachers who didn't appear to like students, and I love teachers who love students and are excited about teaching them, helping them get on with life.
Yeah, well, I mean, the minute that I don't like my students and don't like teaching, I'm out of there. But I do because I enjoy it. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Well, and let's talk about liking students. Do your students like you very much?
I think think so. They respond positively to me, so I would say yes. I mean, I ask them to do stuff, and they'll do it. I don't really have discipline problems in my classes at all. So
Well, of course, where I was going with this is I think you brought some letters with you.
I did.
So let's hear some of the stories from your students where they have written you and
Okay.
they've talked about you. Pull one of those out.
Okay, sure.
Let's read one of those for our listeners. This is the kind of teacher that Randall Curry is, folks. I mean, who sends a letter to their math teacher?
Okay, let's see if I can kind of jump in here. I still remember the very beginning of the year, struggling in math and wanting to drop 2 regs. And I was about to go, I lost my spot. And I was about to drop 2 regs, and I was about to, after failing the first test. But you gave a speech, I still remember, that I tell myself when things get hard, and also use the points you brought up to help motivate my friends when school seems impossible. You told us that when life gets hard, it's like an uphill climb, and that you can't quit. You have to get tougher and keep climbing. You taught me that I can't just give up when things aren't easy or when the answer doesn't just present itself to me. You taught me that I was capable of earning great things if I would put the effort in, so that's what I did. I started going to tutorials, making note cards, and studying each night to make sure I understood the material. But you were always there when I needed help. You also never just gave the answer to me. You made me work through it and figure it out, which I think is a good skill to have going into college. This work ethic also started reflecting in my other classes and studies. And soon enough, all of my grades rose, and I was working hard to prepare for the ACT and SAT. With the test scores I earned this spring, I'm going to have guaranteed acceptance into Texas A&M, which has been me and my family's dream since I was young. The work ethic you helped teach me has helped me earn more than just my math grade. Perhaps one of the best things you said to me all year, something you said in passing, but I really remember is, Liz, trust me, I would never call you lazy. As simple as that was, it helped me keep going when I felt like giving up or getting lazy. It helped me redefine what I would call acceptable work for myself, and you've shown me that the bar is much higher than I would have ever really thought. I really loved your class all year, and the feeling of finally understanding math is so satisfying, and your constant motivation and help has really helped me grow as a person. In perhaps one of the toughest years of schools I've encountered, at the best school in Plano, you've truly been the best teacher I've had, and I want to thank you for caring enough about me this year to make me care about myself too. So thank you. Sincerely, Liz.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's not even just math. You taught this young person life. Randall, holy cow. I mean, that's got to make you tear up and goosebump and all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, that's why I save these letters. I mean, anytime that you're feeling like, this job is tough and I don't know if I can do it anymore, if you pull one of these babies out and read it, you get all the thanks you need right there.
Boy, no kidding. I mean, and, the key is you didn't just teach her about math, you taught her about life. You were able to use math as a vessel to teach her about the importance of hard work and not giving up, and knowing that if you'll put forth the effort and work, that you'll find success on the other side.
Absolutely. And it also occurs to me that we may have some young listeners out there who have had special teachers, and it might be a good reminder for them to write them a note, because that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell you what, congratulations on that. That is just unbelievably great. And I know you've got some more. Read us another letter. I'd like to hear from the students.
All right, let's see. Dear Mr. Curry, I would like to say that I'm especially grateful to have such a wonderful, dedicated, and hardworking calculus teacher such as you. You really cherish all the students and push them to do more. You really go the extra mile to make sure that your students are understanding what you're teaching them, and you make them try to excel beyond what they deem is even possible for themselves. I really respect you as an educator, as you really put forth all your dedication and time into the math curriculum. As your student, I can honestly see the devotion and passion you have for mathematics, and it makes me really proud to be a student that is learning under such a teacher like you. You have honestly contributed to my success as a student this semester, which is the whole reason why I decided to write this letter to you in the first place. Without your unique and dedicated teaching style and activities, like the peanut M&M to learn the chain rule, I would not have understood calculus as I do now. You seriously make calculus interesting, and you're just a cool guy to talk to. You really stand out as an educator.